Okay, hey guys, it's Uchiha Strife here. I'm doing commentary for my Storm 3 Storm 3 Suggestions video. I did commentary before, but for some reason it came out all mangled and didn't record right, so I'm going to redo it now, and hopefully I get all the timing right and whatnot. But this is basically just my video for suggestions. I already sent one to CC2 a long time ago, actually, back when Generations first came out, and it was over an hour long. But I deleted that from my computer because it took up so much space, and people asked me to post it on YouTube, so I'm going to do a shorter version, but basically cover all the same points, just not in as great detail as Spin09 did, or even as much as I did for CC2 before. I'll just try to make this as short but sweet as possible, since I'm doing this really late at night also, and I gotta get ready to go to sleep to get up tomorrow. It's the 4th of July, a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to be doing. But yeah, there's a lot of things I liked about Generations, a lot of things that I feel needed to be changed, and we'll get into all that later, the specifics. But I mean, overall I like Generations as a game, and I feel that it's a very strong candidate for the next generation of Naruto, gaming. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the sub bar. The sub bar was a big issue, a big topic among everyone, basically, who got Generations that was a fan of Storm 2. Some people feel it took away from the gameplay, some people feel it added to the gameplay, but basically this is a bunch of different things I feel they could do that would fix it up for Storm 3. So obviously you won't agree with all these, but we'll see how it goes. Also in this video I had some technical difficulties. I'm going to have to re-enter the slide a couple times. When that happens, I apologize. I recorded this video before I did the commentary, unfortunately, so I'm just going to cover topics as they come up. The first thing is jutsu reduction. Now, what I mean by this is, one thing they could do if they were going to keep the sub bar, which I'm 90% sure they will, is just reduce the amount of subs you need to substitute certain jutsu, such as Onoki's jutsu, Hidan's jutsu. There's the jutsus that take multiple subs, Tenten's jutsu, etc., etc. If they add a limit of invincibility or a time frame of invincibility after substitutions, it would help. Say you sub, you have 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds of invincibility before you can be hit again. The only problem with this is that it slows down gameplay, and it potentially causes more game-breaking glitches than originally anticipated. So probably the best bet would be to just reduce the amount of subs needed to sub certain jutsu. The second topic, guard strengthening. It's guard strengthening. What this would mean is making your guard stronger. That way you could just block certain jutsus like Onoki's jutsu, Tenten's jutsu, and it wouldn't almost break your guard right away if you block it one time. I mean, that's obviously something that would also potentially cause turtling, which could be another game-breaking glitch if it gets that bad. But if you're looking for just a quick solution to the sub-bar issue, guard strengthening is definitely one of them. Another solution would be more subs. Now this one's probably not as popular, but I honestly think it's one of the best choices. More subs would mean you would have between 6 and 10 substitutions per sub bar. I mean, people burn through subs in a matter of seconds in this game, so more subs would probably add more depth to the gameplay, I'm sorry. And it's probably one of the better things they could do for the game, honestly. More subs would really help, and I think it's a better candidate solution than jutsu reduction or guard strengthening, because with more subs you have more maneuverability. It would make the game more tactical in a way, and it would make thinking with your head better, because there's so many people that just substitute every little thing out there and waste all their subs. If you had just that many more, people would be able to actually control what's going on in the game. They'd feel that sense of control while they play other players online. The next topic is jutsu recovery. This one also I think is actually a pretty good idea. They should have a system that I call jutsu recovery, which basically punishes people who spam ninjutsu. If you use a jutsu and you miss the opponent without hitting even their guard, jutsu recovery would basically make you stumble, or would take a few more seconds before you're able to sub or to, to guard or do anything else. That way your opponent has a chance to counterattack. This would make you have to think before you do things, and it would reduce spam in the majority of cases. The only possible flaw with this is people just continuously dodging all game, waiting for opening and spamming ultimate jutsu. But, I think jutsu recovery would just make you unable to block right away, So you'd be forced to sub. It would waste a substitution. The next thing is multi-input subs. This one was a good idea to me at first, but now it's not as hot. Multi-input substitutions is just like in Broken Bond, back in B was to substitute. In Storm 3, it could be maybe left and L2. If you press left and L2 simultaneously, you substitute. That would make substituting harder to do. It would require more timing, and it would be more strategic than just tap the button and you sub. Because in Generations, we all know that sometimes you barely touch L2 and you'll sub 2 or 3 times and be like, what the hell? What just happened? Multi-input subs would make it more tactical, and it would make it more precise. But it would be slightly harder to do than Generations' current substitution system. But, so out of this list, in my opinion, Jutsu Recovery is probably the strongest candidate as a solution to the sub bar. It's the best possible choice at the moment, unless they completely remove the sub bar or go with a completely new system. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My throat hurts. I need to get some water really fast. The second topic we're talking about is dashes. The flaw with dashes in Generations is they break guard way too easily. Dashes are completely overpowered. So my solutions are nerfing dashes or some sort of improved shield, which brings me back to guard strengthen. They should either make dashes do less damage to your shield, or improve your shield to the point where it takes 3 or more air dashes to break a shield. 3 or 4 I think would be fine, because 2 is just way too little. I can't tell you how many times I go online and get spammed. People just jump air dash, and they hit me with the ultimate jutsu the first 2 seconds of the match, which is total BS, because especially if they're coming at you with a team like Pain Heat on, you can't do anything to stop it if they're going to call up Pain as soon as you try to dash back. It just becomes a lose-lose situation, and in my opinion, it shouldn't be that way. Another solution to a different problem was same speed dashes. There's so many characters, PTS characters, that are ridiculously fast. Like, you have no idea. Like, Kid Sasuke faster than Suigetsu. In the anime, Suigetsu was way faster than that. Kisame, he was way faster than that. Tobirama, he invented the technique the 4th Hokage mastered, and he mastered it beyond the 4th Hokage. So why is it that the 2nd Hokage is so slow? It's just there's so many flaws just on character builds in this game that I feel need to be addressed, and same speed dashes should be one of them. At least a start to make characters dash the same speed and give Shippuden characters an actual fighting chance against PTS characters, especially the slower ones like Kisame and, the Hokages, basically. Snake Cloak Kabuto. Any character that's deemed slow. Suigetsu, etc., etc. Air dashes are basically the same speed in this game, so that's not really the issue. The main issue with the same speed dash was just ground dashes. The next topic we're going to discuss is dash distance. And so basically what this means is I feel it would also add more depth to the game if they made the dash distance different depending on your character, such as, slower characters like Choji would dash a shorter distance than a character like Shikamaru would. However, to make it more fair, Choji's dash should do more damage than Shikamaru's dash does, just because he's a stronger character altogether. That's another way of implementing different strategies, different strengths into the game and making the game more balanced, while at the same time changing it up so it's not complete BS where PTS Naruto can dash faster than freaking the second Hokage can, or Kid Lee can dash faster than anybody in the whole game. Like, that's not how it is, and that shouldn't be how it is. The fact that they did that kind of, in my opinion, is what broke the game to begin with. The game was already broken in Storm 2. I'll leave it at that. It was broken. However, in Generations, they took a step forward and a step backward at the same time. So I really don't know what to think about the game in that aspect. We're going to the next subject now, which is combos. Combos are something that I think also had a very big effect on Generations being taken negatively by most of the community. Different startups. I feel that in Generations, it's something Spin09 got me into thinking about. Different startups for combos was to him a problem. To me, I think it's actually a good thing. I just feel that they implemented it wrong. Basically, what this is take, for example, PTS Neji and Jiraiya. If you dash into PTS Neji and he blocks, and you both start comboing, he'll hit you in half the time it takes you to get halfway to hitting him with Jiraiya. That's how fast he is when he attacks. The problem with this is that it makes it impossible for a slower character to out-combo a fast character. You'll lose every time, no matter what. It doesn't matter what you do, you'll lose. Unless the person you're playing is a noob and doesn't know how to use his character to his fullest potential, his full speed. To fix this, all they really have to do is make the slower characters attack slower, faster characters attack faster, but they need to make the slower characters have a lot longer range than they do. A fast character shouldn't be able to hit like super far in front of them right away, because that makes it impossible. If you make a slow character able to hit further, it actually kind of balances out the combination and would, it would make it easier for slower characters to have a fighting chance. It would also make it more balanced and more fair. If you have a fast character with a fast or long range, that's BS. Because every slow character in the game basically has shorter range. Kisame's range should be a lot further than it is, but it's not, and that's one of his major flaws. While Kid Lee, he dashes and punches, and for some reason, even though he's small, his arm can hit you from a really far distance. And that's just, not really fair, in my opinion. Same with Shippuden Lee. His first move is a kick, and his kick goes really, really far. But by, fixing that, I think that would help a lot more than just making all startups the same. Because that would be a lot more generic and probably not as beneficial toward the game as people think it would be at this point. So, combo startups I feel should be different. They shouldn't be the same. Also, if you guys don't agree with anything I'm saying in this video, I apologize. This is all my perspective. But, it's up to you guys how you want to take it. If you like something from this video, please send it to CC2 so we can get stuff changed before it's too late. The next topic is slower startup, more damage. This is another thing I thought up about startups that would help. If you have a slower startup character like Jiraiya, Choji, Kisame, basically the benefit to having a slower startup character is they would do a lot more damage. That's pretty much self-explanatory, but it would be tiered well enough. Better combos for all characters. This is kind of generic. It's not really much explaining to do there. Basically, all I'm saying is the combos have been the same, basically, for 2 games, both ways, for PTS characters and for Shippuden characters, and I think they should change all the combos in the game to be better suited. Some characters got new combos, like Naruto, Sage Mode, but they should try to change the combos for other characters as well, such as Suigetsu, Jugo, and them. Damage, I can't read that. Combo glitches, though, I know. It's combo glitches was a big problem. They need to be removed from the game. Remove combo glitches. An example of this would be Tobirama Senju's normal jutsu. Or not jutsu, I'm sorry, his normal combo with no directional input. If you do it at the edge of a map, probably 3 out of 10 times it'll knock you out of the map if you can go out of the map. And you'll be fighting on like this blank area, which is actually a very big flaw I found. I don't know if it's the combos that did this or if it's the maps, but that was a flaw. Also, Orochimaru has had the same glitch since Storm 2 with his forward combo, where you can sub it and you'll still get hit from behind. And those are just things that need to be removed. Dash or combo counter. This one's really interesting. I think that the only way they should implement any of my ideas up here with different startups, slower startup for more damage, and so on, is dash or combo counters. This would allow faster characters to not have the upper hand necessarily, because slower characters would be able to counter the faster character's attack. The counter would obviously be, timed, or it would have to be timed really, really, really precisely so it couldn't be spammed as easily, and would also have to, have maybe its own little circular bar on the side or something where you can only counter one time every, you have to actually hit the opponent to fill up the meter to be able to combo counter again or something like that. But this would prevent dash spam, as well as super fast combos before a slower character has a chance to react. You could counter their combo and they'll give you the upper hand. It would throw them off guard and you'd be able to launch your own counter attack without, being BS'd just because they're faster. You can't win. You're not gonna hit them. You're gonna get hit and lose 9 out of 10 times. This is actually a really, 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 really favorite idea of mine. I'm hoping more people like it and will suggest it to CC2 because they can't implement that before Storm 3 comes out. And that would add a lot of depth to this game. It would make strategy a lot more, prominent. It would give people a lot more chances to do things, and it would really, really help the slower characters out, as well as the faster characters. But, it would balance the game to a higher degree. The next topic is nerfing characters. There's a lot of characters in this game that are overpowered. I'll get into which ones in a little bit. But nerfing characters is something that really needs to be done. So, basically what I'm saying here is characters should have natural advantages. Such as, let's take for example the first Hokage. In this game, I'm going to be honest with you, the first Hokage is crap. I'd rather play as Kid Lee than the first Hokage. Why? Because the game isn't balanced correctly, and for some reason Kid Lee is better than the first Hokage. The first Hokage was supposedly the strongest ninja in the whole entire, episode, the whole series. So why is it that in this series he has no sort of advantage at all over a PTS child from Naruto? Naruto himself could beat the first Hokage in this game because he's so slow, his combos are so generic, his jutsu is such crap, his grab is okay, but as a character, he's not that good. His damage isn't that high, his defense isn't that high. He's like an average character they just threw into the game. And this needs to be fixed. Itachi isn't nearly as fast as he should be. Kisame, not as fast as he should be. Suigetsu, not as fast as he should be. Rebalancing is something that really needs to be done for characters' advantages, for sure. Another thing, the next topic, rebalancing and replacing jutsu with ones actually used in the anime. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never seen Onoki use weighted rock jutsu in the anime. Not even one time. I've seen him use a lot of other jutsus, but I've never once seen him lift up 4 rocks and throw them at someone before. Why CC2 put that in the game as a jutsu is beyond me. It's just too stupid. It makes no sense. Like, they could have put so many other jutsus in for him, but they chose that one. It's like they intentionally wanted him to have something that could break the game and take so many subs at once. It's just, it makes no sense to me. But aside from just Onoki, Mass Man's jutsu, he never did that jutsu, to my knowledge, so that's BS. What else? Pain's ultimate jutsu shouldn't be what it is. It should be something different. That's total BS. That you know, he has that 6 Pain thing instead of the jutsu he used against Naruto in the Nine-Tailed Fox mode. A giant almighty push. There's like so many other things he could have, but all he has is the 6 paths of pain. You know, generic jutsu basically. I think that's about it for that one, but I mean, basically what I'm saying is there's so many jutsu that need to be rebalanced and replaced. Overpowered jutsu, mass man's jutsu, way overpowered, way overpowered, man. Tintin's breaking guard almost instantly, super overpowered. Replace awakenings with an actual awakening used in the anime. Suigetsu, for instance, when he awakens, he goes into that stupid, giant arm mode, and he breaks guard really easily. It's an effective awakening, but that's not his awakening. I always imagined his awakening being what he used to fight Killer Bee when he turned into the Eight Tails. I mean, a lot of you probably won't even agree on having awakenings in the game to me. I honestly feel that it's, a good factor to have in a game because characters really did have awakenings in the show. I just feel if they're done correctly, it won't be as bad. And one of the things I feel they should do is replace the awakening so they actually fit what happened in the anime. There's probably someone I'm forgetting for awakenings, but I'll think of it later. I can't think of it right now. All I remember right now is Suigetsu and how his awakening should have been better. Oh yeah, Tsunade, for some reason, doesn't go into mitotic regeneration when she awakens, and her health doesn't go up, which it should. Yeah, that's about it for now. But there's so many things that could and should be changed. Orochimaru's awakening, I always imagined it would be his 3-headed snake summon, but instead he just shoots out a white snake instead of a regular snake when he does his jutsu. Little things like that I feel should be fixed. And could be fixed very easily with the right suggestions. CC2, they'll listen. If you suggest now enough of the same thing, they'll definitely listen. But if you wait for too long, then we'll probably miss out on our opportunity and we'll just get put out with another game that they thought up all by themselves. That's not necessarily a bad thing because I honestly am a fan of CC2's games, but I mean, it could always be better. It could always be better. It's always up to us and however we do it, but it could always be better. Whew. Get some more water. I'm sorry. I think I'm getting sick. Okay, so let's get on to the next topic. I'm sorry, I'm re-recording this. We do damage per character as well as defense. This is something I was thinking of, asking them to implement separately from what I sent them before. To make it more fair, they should change the damage characters do in the game, as well as defense. What I mean by this is, it's already basically, Tsunade does a lot of damage, Raikage does a lot of damage, But at the same time, some characters do under what they should be doing, such as Itachi, Kisame, Suigetsu, Snake Cloak Kabuto. Danzo does way too much. The Tsuchikage does way too much. What they should do is they should fix that, and they should also fix defense, so each character has their own set defense, and some guards are harder to break than others, such as Gaara. His guard should be really hard to break because his sand is really strong. There's a lot of people who should have that, extra ability that they don't have in this game, but they should, because it would add depth to the game. It would help eliminate certain spam. It would make a lot of people happy, and it would make, like I said, slower characters have a better chance of winning, and actually add strategy to the game. It would actually make you have to know your character. You'd have to know how much damage they can do. You'd have to know how many dashes they can take to their shield. I mean, the more and more CC2 tweaks their fighting system, the more, technical things they add, the better the game will be in the long run. Obviously, if they add it and make it too technical, it'll be bad. But, if they make it just technical enough for people to actually have to use their favorite character and know their favorite character to win, then it should be good. And then all the tier lists I see on Valor Gaming will actually have meaning to me because they'll actually make sense. It's not trying to take pot shots at Valor Gaming. I like Valor Gaming actually as a site. But you guys, I'm sure people, if they watch this, they'll agree with me that it'll help in the long run, and it'll really be something that people would enjoy. And basically PTS characters do too much damage also, and they need to be nerfed. Hopefully they're not even in the next game, honestly, because the next game is not a filler anymore. But, you never know. Add effects like Chakra Drain to Kisame and Neji. Now, this topic, basically, attacks should have effects. Like Kisame draining Chakra, Neji draining Chakra, Hinata draining Chakra. There's not many, but that's just something I think they should do. Or add to help the game. Another thing was add all characters. Seriously, they've left out characters that should have been in the game for so long, for way too long. Okay, in the next game, Shizune should be in the game. Okay, he has to be in the game. They should all be in the game. Daruri better be in the game. Chojuro better be in the game. Ao better be in the game. Fu better be in the game. Torune better be in the game. If all the characters aren't in this game, I'll be thoroughly disappointed and pissed off because it's been way too long and they've been messing that up for a long time and it needs to stop. There's knowing CC2, honestly, they're just gonna copy over Zabuza, Haku, and all the characters that died with the same combos and change the player's model and call it Edo Itachi, Edo Haku, Edo Zabuza. I'm hoping that they actually change combos and stuff, but you never know. They didn't change too much, clearly. Only Itachi, I think, really did from when he died. But everyone should have something, The next subject is enhancements. This is the part where I talk about things I think they should add to make Storm 3 better. Not things they need to fix from Generations, but things they should just add on. Add more stages. This one's probably a stupid one. It's kind of generic. Just basically add fun places to fight. I don't know, maybe on top of the Hokage mansion during the daytime, where you could see the little Hokage clip face. On top of Ichiraku Ramen Shop or something, in the sand desert in the sand village, instead of just a circle stage, Just basically, they should, add funner places to battle. That's all I'm really saying. Maybe an all-water level where you fight standing on water. That would be pretty cool, I think. Just fun little tweaks. Add more jutsu for selection. When they took this out of Storm 1, or they left it in Storm 1, they took it out of Storm 2, it made me very angry. Ultimate Ninja 3, I think, was the greatest game they've ever made. And it was really... It's because of the jutsu customization and the balanced gameplay. But they should add selectable jutsus. Each character in the show has more than one jutsu, so... you should have more than one choosable jutsu in this game. More than one choosable ultimate jutsu in this game. It'll really help in customization, and honestly, I think a lot of people want that. Even if they don't say it, in the back of their mind, they're really, they think it's a good idea too. They'd actually like that choice. Let me know what you guys think about it. I don't know. But I personally would enjoy that. Add another HP bar. I was a big fan of Storm 1. I know a lot of people didn't play it because they play on Xbox, but in Storm 1 there were 3 HP bars. And even though there was one more, matches still got finished in the right amount of time. Because I guess it was probably less HP per bar, but I really liked the thought of 3 HP bars. And Awakenings would come up midway through the second bar. I think it would make gameplay longer. Matches would still end on time, because most matches end within 30 to 40 seconds online anyway. So adding more HP or another HP bar would just make the game funner, would make matches longer. I'd enjoy it. I think other people would enjoy it. This isn't necessarily a necessity, but I think it'd be a good little enhancement for the game. I'm sorry if my enhancements aren't like all as big as you guys would hope they would be. But I love that Spin already basically went over all the big stuff that should be added. I'm just going over my own little things. Make Awakenings non-flinch. Like I said before, most of you probably don't even agree with Awakenings like I do. But I think you should make them non-flinch because making them flinch is stupid. It allows people to just spam you with combos and kill you without you being able to retaliate. Or if you're going to make them flinch, at least, allow you to substitute and actually substitute behind the opponent instead of just right in front of them again, where they can just keep hitting you and you have to keep wasting subs and not able to do anything. If they do that and make them non-flinch, or they do the sub thing, I'll be happy. Awakening should be used in this game. People complain about them because they think they're not fair, but man, it's a game. Seriously, just learn to adapt to it. It's been there since Storm 2. There's nothing wrong with them. They do a lot of damage. That's great. You can still beat them if you time your own subs and time your own dashes. You can dash back, and you can still combo them. Plus, you still have your supports to help you out, so it's not that bad. Some of them are overpowered, but hey, that's how the show is. Itachi Susano is overpowered in the show, just like Itachi Susano is overpowered in the game. There's nothing you can really do about that. Well, you could ask them to take it out, but I doubt they will, so. Ugh. I honestly, though, I'm a fan of Awakenings. I like Awakenings. I awaken in matches. I think it's cool. If people don't want to awaken, they don't have to. But I've had a lot of epic matches with people who awakened. I had one just today with Jiraiya Sage Mode versus Naruto and Six Tails. We ended up drawing at the end of the match, but it was really, really epic. Really epic. Another topic, take out Ultimate Team Ultimates. Team Ultimate combos were the stupidest thing ever added to this game, in my opinion. All they do is promote spam. They make people want to just spam out supports with no strategy so they can get their Team Ultimate and attack. What they need to do is take out Team Ultimates, re-implement the Storm bar, or Storm mode, like they did in Storm 1, where you just get stronger when you reach Storm mode. And that's it. If they do that, though, people will actually use the supports wisely, or they'll want to use them wiser, and it'll make the game better, in my opinion, because they're stupid. Another thing they could do is add team-specific ultimate combos to, kind of make people want to play as default teams. That way, if you want to do your team ultimate, you'll have to play as teams like Minato, Naruto, Jiraiya, Tsunade, Orochimaru, things like that. If they leave ultimate team combos in the game, what I would like them to do is add downtime if missed. Just like the Jutsu recovery. Because people just get Team Ultimate and spam it out trying to hit you with it and hoping they'll get you. They should add team combo downtime so if you just spam it out and you miss, you stumble, giving your opponent a chance to retaliate instead of just dashing across the screen and being able to block. Or if they dash back after you, they somehow get caught in your Team Ultimate even though you're running away from them. Like, that type stuff is just little bugs and glitches caused by Team Ultimates, which is why I feel they shouldn't be in the game to begin with. A lot of people probably disagree on that. Let me know in the comments. It's fine. Tell me what you think. But in my opinion, they shouldn't have them in there. They should just re-implement the Storm Bar and have maybe team-specific ultimate combos only. And if you're not playing a default team, then just, regular combos. Because default teams are always funner to me anyway. Honestly, they have more chemistry. Add jutsus. Add jutsu clashes, but put it as input only. There's a reason I said this. Jutsu clashes aren't important to me, but if they do add them back in, some people I know want them. They should do input only. The reason for this is because I'm going to go into a bit of psychology here. I'm sorry if I sound like an idiot, but basically the human brain, it, as everyone knows, is a muscle. It grows, it adapts, it gets smarter. With input only, everyone has a fair chance of winning, because when people are putting in inputs, their brain remembers, it translates to your fingers what to press, and as you do it more and more and more, you start to really get more used to it, and you're able to press inputs faster, and that makes you a better input input person than most people. So by doing input, everyone has a fair chance of winning instead of rotate or mash, because rotate, it's crap. Your controller can crap out at any moment, and it actually does mess up a lot when people end up rotating joysticks. And button mashing is just something you have to be really good at from the get-go, pressing the button as fast as you can. It's not something you can really get better at without a long time of training, whereas input, it's something you can catch on to really quick, and you slowly just start to get better at, even though it's not as fast as people would like. It's a lot faster than mashing, because I've been trying to mash for years at certain games, and I still suck compared to a lot of people. I can't explain how many times I get killed at it. Not to mention, with mashing, people can always just use turbo controllers, and then you're fucked. Yeah, and that's it for my video for suggestions. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry it wasn't as long as my other one was. I tried to make it as long as it was, but I simply didn't have enough time to build all of that back up from scratch. Sorry my commentary isn't that great this video. I recorded it before when I was making the video, and for some reason the audio came out where I couldn't hear myself. All I heard was static. So I had to redo it while my video was already recorded. So any pauses, awkward pauses, or downtime, or missed cues that I had, I apologize for. Hopefully you could still get the point of my suggestion video. Leave your comments in the comment section for me if you have any. You can message me if you have any questions. I'm always available to play. Just message me on PSN asking me to play you whenever I'm on. I'll play you if I can. If not, I'll schedule a time to play you. And yeah. Just basically, thank you for watching this video. Please, if you liked what you saw, go to CC2 and suggest what you want to be added to the game. The more people do this, the better it'll be for us all. The less people do this, the worse it's going to be. Trust me when I say, if you suggest stuff now, there's a higher chance of it getting implemented. So you guys should definitely, do that if you want. Not just for me, for Spin09, Masamoine, anyone you think had good ideas. Just go ahead and suggest it to CC2, because it'll really help. And that's all, I guess. Thanks for watching. GS Drive out.